And that's the end of the first half. As the teams head to the locker room, the Spartans lead the Bulldogs by a score.
You guys stink.
Geez, Coach, we're only down a couple of points.
No, I mean you guys really smell. You need to hit the showers. And here, I got every one of you new bars of soap from the Sterling Soap Company. Each bar is artisan crafted using natural ingredients and essential oils. They also have shave soaps, colognes, beard balm, and a whole lot more. Now get in there.
But Coach, we have another half to play.
I don't care. I can't stand to be around you.
A few minutes later.
All right, bring it in tight. You guys are still playing terrible, but you're smelling great out there. Now listen, you're going to need to stock up for the rest of the season. We got a lot of tough games left. So go to sterlingsoap.com after the game. That's STIRLING soap.com. You got that?
Yes, Coach.
Great. Sterlingsoap.com on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Sterlingsoap.com.
This podcast is part of the Sports History Network, your headquarters for the yesteryear of your favorite sport. You can learn more at sportshistorynetwork.com.
Hello, sports fans, and welcome to another edition of Yesterday Sports on the Sports History Network. Today we're going to have part 2 of the 1981 San Francisco 49ers. The 49ers' 7-game winning streak ended in Week 11 against the Cleveland Browns. The 49ers gained 305 yards, but managed only 4 field goals. With the score tied 12-12 in the fourth quarter, Browns kicker Matt Barr, who had played for the 49ers earlier in the season, kicked the winning field goal, giving the Browns a 15-12 victory. In a Week 12 game against the Rams, the 49ers trailed 17-10 at halftime. In the third quarter, Amos Lawrence tied the score with a 94-yard kickoff return. After a Ray Wersching field goal gave them a 20-17 lead, the 49ers extended it to 27-17 when Ronnie Lott returned an interception 25 yards for a touchdown. But the Rams came back to take a 31-30 lead in the fourth quarter. Wersching gave the 49ers a 33-31 win with a 37-yard field goal. The 49ers defense couldn't stop the Rams' running attack, allowing 203 rushing yards. But the 49ers passing attack came through again. Montana passed for 283 yards, and Freddie Solomon caught 5 passes for 124 yards. The 49ers improved to 10-3 with a 17-10 win over the Giants. The sometimes bad, sometimes good defense held the Giants to 223 yards and forced 5 turnovers. Joe Montana had another strong performance, completing 27 of 39 passes for 234 yards. He also ran for a 20-yard touchdown. Those who still doubted the 49ers had to believe they were for real after beating the 10-3 Bengals in Week 14. The defense forced 6 Bengals turnovers en route to an easy 21-3 win. In Week 15, the 49ers and Oilers entered the locker room at halftime with neither team having scored. The 49ers scored 3 touchdowns in the third quarter and 1 in the fourth, securing an easy 28-6 win. The 49ers outgained the Oilers 414 yards to 186. In the final game of the regular season, the 49ers outgained the Saints 349 to 222, but 3 turnovers kept the score close. The defense did a better job of containing running back George Rogers than it did in Week 5. Rogers ran for 108 107 yards, but it took 30 carries. Joe Montana didn't play the entire game, but he completed 9 of 11 passes for 106 yards with 2 touchdowns. The final score was San Francisco 21, New Orleans 17. San Francisco finished the season with a 13-3 record, the best in the NFL. Joe Montana, Dwight Clark, Dwight Hicks, Ronnie Lott, and guard Randy Cross were named to the Pro Bowl. Ronnie Lott was also named to the All-Pro team. Coach Bill Walsh won the Coach of the Year award. Their 13-3 record earned them home field advantage in the playoffs. Their first opponent was the Giants. With a 10-7 lead in the second quarter, Freddie Solomon scored on a 58-yard touchdown pass. This was followed by a 25-yard touchdown run by Ricky Patton. The Giants came back with 2 scores of their own, narrowing the gap to 24-17. In the fourth quarter, the 49ers scored another touchdown, and Ronnie Lott sealed the victory for San Fran with a 20-yard interception return for a touchdown. The final score was San Francisco 38, New York 24. The 49ers defense allowed 290 passing yards, but held the Giants to only 65 rushing yards and forced 4 turnovers. Joe Montana completed 20 of 31 passes for 304 yards, with 2 touchdowns and only 1 interception. Freddie Solomon gained 107 yards receiving, while Dwight Clark gained 104 yards. The 49ers were 1 win away from their first Super Bowl appearance, but it wouldn't be easy. Their opponent was the 5-time NFC champion Dallas Cowboys. The 49ers had destroyed the Cowboys in Week 5, but this was not the regular season, and the Cowboys were hungry for revenge. Most people thought the Cowboys had the edge, given their playoff experience. With the Cowboys leading 10-7 in the second quarter, Montana connected with Dwight Clark for a 20-yard touchdown. But the Cowboys answered with a touchdown of their own, taking a 17-14 halftime lead. The 49ers retook the lead in the third quarter, but Dallas came back again, leading 27-21 with 4 minutes and 54 seconds left in the game. San Francisco took possession at their 11-yard line. The 49ers, not known for their running game, caught the Cowboys off guard with draw plays and reverses. They drove the ball down the field to the 5-yard line. On third down, with 58 seconds left in the game, Montana, avoiding a rush, threw high to Dwight Clark, who leaped to grab the ball for a touchdown. The play would forever be known as the catch. The 49ers were going to the Super Bowl. Dwight Clark caught 8 passes for 120 yards and 2 touchdowns. The 49ers gained 393 total yards, despite turning the ball over 6 times. The 49ers defense had a tough time stopping Tony Dorsett, who gained 91 yards on 22 carries and scored 1 touchdown. But they held the Cowboys' passing game to only 173 yards. The Cincinnati Bengals were the 1981 AFC champions and would face the 49ers in Super Bowl 16. The game took place in Detroit, where the wind chill factor was 25 degrees below zero. The extreme cold made travel hazardous, as the roads were a sheet of ice. However, the weather wouldn't affect the game, as it was played in a domed stadium. The Bengals caught a break immediately when the 49ers fumbled the opening kickoff. But San Fran quickly regained possession on Dwight Hicks's interception and drove 68 yards to take a 7-0 lead. In the second quarter, the Bengals had the ball at the 49ers' 8-yard line, but they fumbled and San Francisco recovered. The 49ers marched 92 yards for their second touchdown and added a field goal to make it 17-0. Right before halftime, the Bengals fumbled a squib kick, allowing the 49ers to add another field goal. The 49ers held a comfortable 20-0 lead at halftime. But older 49ers fans remembered how the team had blown big leads in the past, and had hoped it wouldn't happen again. It almost did. Cincinnati opened the third quarter with an 83-yard drive, cutting the deficit to 20-7. The touchdown energized the Cincinnati defense, which held the 49ers to just 4 yards in the third quarter. Late in the quarter, the Bengals had the ball at the 49ers' 16-yard line. A few plays later, they found themselves on the 3-yard line with a first down and goal to go. A 2-yard run brought them to the 1-yard line. The following 2 plays gained nothing, and the Bengals opted to go for it on 4th down. They tried a pass, but backup linebacker Dave Buns made a perfect tackle at the 1-yard line, and the 49ers took possession. The Bengals defense forced a punt, giving their offense another chance. The Bengals then scored on a 53-yard drive, bringing the score to 20-14. With 10 minutes remaining, the 49ers ran down the clock and reached field goal range, extending their lead to 23-14. Cornerback Eric Wright's interception set them up for another field goal, making it 26-14. With only 2 minutes left, the Bengals needed a quick touchdown to have any hope of winning. They scored the touchdown, but it consumed almost the entire 2 minutes. With 16 seconds left, the Bengals lined up for an onside kick, but San Francisco recovered it, ending the game. The 49ers offense didn't play great, but it scored 26 points. The defense had a tough time stopping the Bengals' passing game, which gained 300 yards, but it held Cincinnati's running game to just 72 yards. The defense also recorded 5 sacks, forced 4 turnovers, and had arguably the best goal line stand in Super Bowl history. For the first time in their 36-year history, the 49ers became world champions. They went on to win 4 more Super Bowls: 1984, 1988, 1989, and 1994. Well, hope you enjoyed this podcast. Thank you for listening, and God bless.
This podcast is part of the Sports History Network, your headquarters for the yesteryear of your favorite sport. You can learn more at sportshistorynetwork.com. Hey there, sports history fan. This is Arnie Chapman, aka the Football History Dude, and I hope that you enjoyed this recent episode presented by the Sports History Network and were able to learn some good old-fashioned sports history knowledge nuggets. I started the Sports History Network back in 2020 with the mission to help podcasters find a community of like-minded sports history nerds, as well as helping aspiring podcasters to start their own shows. We have a little bit over 30 shows on the network right now covering all sorts of sports history. But as far as I'm concerned, we're just at the toothpick in the ocean moment, that can't even figure it out because there's so much more coming. We wanted to create the ultimate headquarters for sports yesteryear, starting with Podcast Network and our website, but we're going to continue to move into other mediums as well. And here's the cool part, because we want you to be part of our team. So if you're interested in starting your own podcast, or maybe being a guest on one of our shows, or who knows, maybe even writing an article for us over on the website. Seriously, all you gotta do is reach out to us on the contact page over at sportshistorynetwork.com. You can be as technologically savvy as a Neanderthal tapping on a stone trying to figure out this whole hieroglyphics thing back in the day. Again, it doesn't matter, because even if you don't understand the whole podcast space, we have a production team that can pretty much help you out with doing everything. All you gotta do, head over to sportshistorynetwork.com, head to the contact page, fill it out. That message goes right to me, and I'll reach out to you as soon as I can. But for now, dude, I'm through if you're through.